Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to hop on here right quick because this actually my second time making a video because I kept hearing stuff in the background. It was just too much going on. So it probably is still too much going on. So if you hear any noise in the background, just ignore it, right? But I really want to talk about, I was talking about healing, and this healing journey is really not for the weak. It's not for people who can't head on face the things that they've suppressed and the things that they kept hidden from everybody. And I actually just got faced with one of those problems that I openly, like, I'm starting to open up about it now, but not really, because I don't really care to know about other people's past, and I really don't care for people to know about mine because my past wasn't a good past. So growing up my whole like just growing up in Chicago on the west side, and it's like 2010-ish, it's in that era, things is bussing outside, bussing, everything coming out and everything's hip, right? So even before that, for some reason, and and I know the reason, but like being bullied, I want to talk about that because that's what I've been through, and I can only speak for myself. So being bullied, and I really hate when people say you let them bully you, like in a question type way, because first of all, who determines the things, the threats that they're gonna get tomorrow? Who already comes to school already thinking, oh yeah, they're gonna bully me, so let me just prepare to stay home, and let me just prepare to no, because stuff in a black household, you had to get up and go to school. Like, not to talk bad about my household. I love my household, but the environment you had, black people don't let they kids stay home from school. Even if they sick, you still gotta go up and go to school. It don't matter. So I was the type of person, when I was younger, I always held things in because I feel like I was going through it by myself. And I never forgave those people who did bully me in school because, for one, it's like I just suppressed it. I just let it go. I feel like when I moved, it just everything just stopped. Like everything was good. Like everything was just over with from then on, and that was years ago. So I never forgave those people. I never wanted the closure from their ass. Sorry, because I didn't. Um, like, I want to talk about validation and all that stuff because I feel like recently I have been seeking validation because, and it's not like from other people, it's just by me posting, and I guess you can say other people, but it's really not for the men, and it's not to spread men hate or anything like that. It's just I don't really care to get validation from men because I know, like, I have a lot of pretty women telling me I'm pretty. That makes my day. You know what I'm saying? Not a man telling me about myself. It doesn't excite me like a woman coming to another woman and saying you are so pretty. Da 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 da. Like, it nothing compares to that, right? So it was one day where I had just got my hair done, and I was in school. Like, I nobody, and I never thought about, like, people didn't really like me. Like, people literally hated my guts. And being bullied, is levels to bullying. And I'm gonna speak on my case because I had to go to school. I had towels thrown at me, bars of soap thrown at me, and I know I woke up every day, took a shower, put on deodorant, and yes, I sweated a lot because I was nervous. Like, I was so freaking nervous to even be there because I don't know what people gonna do to me tomorrow. I don't know if I have to fight today or just deal with it tomorrow. Like, I don't know what people are doing, what people are premeditatedly planning to do to me, right? So I'm just thinking I'm really cute, and I had a bang, and it was cute. Like, it was brown, and I've never had brown. Like, my skin with it, it was so cute. Like, I've seen girls wear wigs before and it was so cute on them. That was even before wigs was like a thing. Like, it was a trend. Like, We wore sew-ins, we wore glue-ins. I had a glue-in, by the way. So I didn't buy a wig. This was straight out the track package. My mama put it in my head. She cut the bangs. My sister styled it. Like, I thought I was so pretty, right? And I go to school and I get told the complete opposite. Like, I'm just getting asked, like, is it a wig? Like, why you wearing a wig? Like, you can't wear your weird hair, your real hair. And it's like, first of all, I have a lot of hair. Like, my real hair is actually pretty. So when you get talked about and when people already don't like you, when they already planning on saying something to you just because they want to fight you or they don't like you, and because they just, I don't even want to say jealousy. I feel like it was just flat out envy, and they really do not like me. Like, they would do that to somebody. They would off somebody if they had the chance to. And us being kids, like, things actually, not even knowing, like, I grew up in the suburbs, so this was my first time being at a school in the hood, right? So, like, that was my experience, and I hated it. I hated that school. I hated the people there. I highly disliked everybody and everything about that school. And I thought when I left it, it would just get left in the past, right? So I'm here, 22 years old, by the way. I'm 22 years old, and I never fully addressed it. And I never fully, like, healed from it. I never forgave the people who did such things, because it was some of the people who I actually thought was my friend who did it too. It was people who thought I was friends with, who I thought I was cool with, and just, I can't even explain I can't even tell y'all what I did to just make them not like me anymore. But, um, so, and that's why, like, I don't seek men validation. Like, I more so try to seek it from girls, because I feel like they bullied me the most. So just being accepted by women, just being accepted into the women community as, you are so pretty, you are this and this, like, you, like, just uplifting. Like, I'm thinking I'll never feel this way again. Like, I'll never feel pretty again. Like, just a lot of things. And I'm 11 years old, questioning myself, questioning my beauty. Let me tell you something. I didn't have any chest. I didn't have any butt. Like, I had nothing. Like, I was literally a late bloomer, and I'm not ashamed to speak on that. But, like, when you already have masculine features about yourself, but you know you are a woman, and people treat you like you're just absolutely nothing, like, it makes you feel all types of ways. When you try to dress like a girl, people just say you're ugly. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it was. And that's, like, how people saw me. So, like, when I got my hair done and I'm thinking I'm so cute, I'm not even thinking about people are gonna say things to me. People are gonna ask me, is it a wig? If people are gonna, attack me or wanna fight me or wanna pull it off to see if it's not a wig, and it wasn't. And, like, those type of things you forget about, and you actually just suppress it, because I know me, like, I never told anybody about that. I've never told anybody, like, the things that I went through, the trauma that I've had to endure my early childhood. Like, well, I don't want to say early, but through my childhood, right? Like, going through middle school, elementary school, like, never told anybody about that. Like, I just spoke on, oh yeah, I was bullied before, but I healed or whatever, and I didn't. So I was basically lying to people to not want to basically avoid the conversation of me talking about it. So let me say something, because people have a problem with me wearing this wig, and I'm gonna go ahead and say, like, I don't care. I revamp her. I didn't buy her. My ex bought her, but I like her because my real hair is, this is how I want my real hair. Like, I want it black and long. My hair is long and black, but it's not 30 inches long. Like, it's not 30 inches. So if I'm not wearing braids, locks, or something like that, or if I'm not wearing my real hair, I'm gonna slap this wig on. And I don't care if you get tired of seeing it. I feel like if you just tired of seeing it, just unfollow me. Just don't look at me. Just don't talk to me about it, because I feel like, and you know what, I actually had somebody tell me, oh, take that tired ass wig off your head. And they actually didn't say it directly to me, but they said it to somebody that was there with me, right? And I'm gonna speak on it because you never know. Just because on the outside I'm quick to take a hit to the chin, I'm quick to take a punch to a gut, I'm quick to take the jabs at me, right? I'm quick to just suck it up and just be like, okay, yeah, whatever, I'm ready to move on. Like, no. N- Internally, I have been sitting on it for like 2 or 3 days. It's probably day three now. But you never know what affects a person. You never know what triggers somebody. You never know how it makes a person feel when you point something out about them and you know absolutely nothing about them. And it's not to shade anybody, and it's not to shade the person who said it, you know, but I want to speak on it because people don't talk about that. And people don't talk about how seeking, not even wanting attention from a man, or not even wanting to a man to say anything to you, not even wanting them to point things out about you, and it still happens. Like, things like that, it makes me feel away, and it actually makes my blood boil, and my blood has been boiling for about 2 days. And I actually thought about, and I actually prayed about it. And no thought about it, I prayed about it, because I wanted to surrender it to God, and I wanted to talk to him about it and cry about it, because I did. Like, nobody talks about things that trigger people. Nobody talks about triggers. Nobody cares for real. You feel what I'm saying? Like, only you, only you can do something to fix that. Only you can do something to change that. And it's like, when people say things to you and you absolutely had no idea that they were going to say that out their mouth, because you usually have good things to say about a person until they turn around and show you, like, oh nah, this person got some characteristics about this person. It's characteristics about this person that I know I can't be around. So I say that to say this, like, healing is not for the weak. Healing is not for, it's not for people who just suppressed their feelings and didn't heal their childhood traumas. So when I got told that, for one, I just immediately just like, okay, I didn't say anything. It got quiet. I just didn't say nothing, because internally I was already letting that shit sink in, and I was letting it tear me apart inside and out, because it brought me back to when I actually got my hair done and I got told a whole lot of things besides, oh, it's cute. You feel what I'm saying? So when you have a lot of people that compliment you, and then it's just one person that just completely just irritates the whole spirit, and you don't even feel pretty anymore, like, that is the type of thing that people should talk about, and people should talk about it way a lot more, because it's actually a lot of women out here who do everything that they can, altering their appearance, putting on more makeup, wearing their, changing their hairstyle every freaking day. And it's like they still are not accepted by a lot of people. They still get told, oh, you still ugly though. Oh, you still this, you're still that. And it's like, people have taunted me. Like, this is, it was like a ghost in my head. Like, it was just replaying. I did my hair today, and I just did not feel like, I said I was gonna take pictures. I said I was gonna do this and that, and I couldn't even do it because I felt so ugly because of what somebody said to me. And people forget that they say things to people, and people forget, people actually don't care. They just want to get it out there and they want to forget about it. They want to move on. And like, not even just taking into account how that will affect that, how that shit will affect the person. I don't care if I'm stuttering right now, whatever. I'm still gonna get it out there, because healing is not just about surface level things. You actually have to dig deep, and you actually have to face things that you suppressed before, right? So when people say things that trigger you, when you know you're on the brink of something great, when you know you're on the brink of something amazing, when you are about to get blessed by God, and you really, the God only let the devil do what he allow him to do, right? So when somebody say something about you and it triggers you like freak, right? You have no choice but to face that. Praying helps, but you have to put in the work to face that. You have to put in the work to forgive whoever played a part in making you, and I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say me too, because I need to take my own advice. You gotta forgive the people who played a part in make you feel like that in the first place. And that has been so, like, I just been pushing it off. I just been like trying to ignore it, like ignore like the fact that spirit really be talking, and God really talks to me too. Like, you're seeking validation, like you want validation. Like, I posted a picture today and I'm just thinking like I should delete it, because I feel like it wasn't coming from a place of I genuinely wanted to post this. I felt like it was coming from a place of I wanted people to tell me that I was pretty, because as a single black woman like myself, it's already hard. That's one. And for two, on top of that, just growing up and having to deal with, like, I can't even explain what type of bullying that was. Like, I just felt like people really wanted to see me never come back and never be heard of again. Like, never just be, just not alive. You know what I'm saying? So you have to face those, and you have to sit with yourself, and you have to think about things. You literally have to tear yourself apart. And not only that, the devil comes in and he tries to tear you apart even more, making you doubt yourself, make you feel even less beautiful, and make you feel all types of ways. But I literally had to sit with myself, and I literally had to, and of course talking to people ain't gonna help you. Like, talking to people, it'll help a little bit for people. If it worked for you, do what you do. But when it's something that's like deep as, it goes deep as deep as like being bullied and thinking that you're cute, and then you just get told that you're absolutely horrible. Like, you're not that. Like, you're not that girl. Just being shown that you wasn't that girl either, because I did get tormented that whole day. Like, I did. Like, I got tormented the rest of that week. I went home that day when I got my hair done. I went home that day and I told my mama, I want to take it out. We washed it out. I'll just wear my real hair, because my hairstyle consisted, if it wasn't bone straight, baby, my hair was up in a ponytail. My hair was styled in a ponytail or something like that. If it wasn't done, my real hair was up in a ponytail. And I wasn't a bald head kid. Like, I wasn't a person who had no hair. Like, I didn't have the small ponytail, and not to talk about people that do, but I didn't have that, because I actually, my mama actually helped me, took care of my hair. She did my hair really nice. My sister would do my hair very nice. They would take care of my hair. They'll oil it. Like, it wasn't like I was just a bald headed kid. It's just, I feel like I couldn't do things outside of my norm. I feel like I couldn't do things outside of my norm. I feel like I couldn't do anything, because I just felt like I was just gonna get put back in the box with the lid on it, taped, cut, ready to be shipped off, right? So I got on here to say that if you are having trouble with that, and you feel like prayer does work. Let me say this, prayer works like freak, right? But if you still feel that thing itching at you, if you still feel that voice telling you when you get cute, when you put your makeup on, when you do something that makes you feel pretty, and you go out there and you know you just thinking like you're self conscious about yourself because you feel like people are going to say something bad about you. You are not alone. Like, you are not alone. And people don't talk about this enough because they feel like people are really not gonna care. And I feel like it sounds ludicrous coming from somebody who looks like me, because you can consider me a pretty girl, you can consider me something like that, of that nature. But I have struggles too, and I had to just grow into myself, and I'm still growing. And I still have trouble with um relationships, and I have trouble with accepting myself as beautiful, because you date all these different people thinking that they're going to tell you that, and they will at first, and then they just start treating you like you're not you're every other person that they done had before. And it's like, you have to dig into those things that literally cut you open and ripped you out, ripped, just flipped you inside out, right? That just cut deep. And I know the saying, sticks and stones never break my bones, but I'll never let a word hurt me, right? But sometimes words do hurt. And it's not because of what is said, it's who it's coming from. And sometimes and most of the time, it's how they say it. It's the energy that you pick up on from that person. You know, this person very well meant to say that to you, and they meant to hurt your feelings. And people just be like, oh, ignore them. They just wanted to say something to you. But no, it's different when you are actually trying to do things to better yourself and to better, like, your personality, your characteristics, because is I know I'm not just a pretty face. I know I'm just not a body. I know I'm just not a female. Like, I know it's levels to me. Like, it's levels to me, because I'm not your regular, like, I'm not a regular girl. Like, I'm not a person who just shuts up and gets walked on. I actually am a person who gonna stand up and say something to you, but I let people have it. I've been letting people have it for the longest, as of recently, ever since I started healing. And that's like, I feel like it's just the devil just trying to get at me more, because what used to get me soaking and in my feelings, it doesn't do that anymore. So it cut deep, and I'm not afraid to say, like, okay, you won this battle, but I bet you the next time you bring your butt back, I'm gonna be prepared for you. And it's like, okay, so I'm saying all of this big talk, so how am I gonna do it? And I feel like writing and journaling and just talking about it like I'm doing now is helping me, because I feel like once I get it out there, it's gonna be out there, and I can't say anything else about it. I'm just gonna have to take the criticism that comes with it, but I'm not gonna care, because I feel like people don't talk about things like that. People don't even care to talk about it, because people don't want to dig into themselves and be reminded, brought back to their inner child, and how your inner child once felt. And I know my inner child is very much so like, damn it, she like was bullied. Like, she was told that she was never going to be anything. She was never going to amount to anything. She's never going to look like these other girls that ex-boyfriends left her for. You feel what I'm saying? Like, people were never going to choose me. You know what? That is okay if they don't, because I'm not meant to be with that person, and I'm not meant to be put in a box, and I'm not meant to be looking like everybody else. I don't care to change my hair up every day. I don't care. Like, if I want to put this wig back on, I'm going to put her on, because I like it. Like, this is like long. It's cute as freak. Like, she gets revamped. It's not like she out here just looking a mess. Like, she gets scalp. And, people don't care about that. They just look at what's on the outside, and they don't care what's on the inside, because people, and if it's a stranger who really doesn't know anything about you, they damn sure don't care. You know what I'm saying? So I really wanted to make a video about that because it's time for a lot of people to start realizing that things are just not happening just because people are mean spirited and people just want to say something to you. It's because that is the devil's way of trying to break you. And that is the devil's way of trying to turn me away from God. And I actually did not pray to him that whole day. And I was backed up, literally. Like, I was just like off. So, like, I want to make this video because I hope that this reaches somebody that will feel where I'm coming from. And people don't talk about bullying because people think it's so played out, but it's still very much so existing. It's still here, even though people cover it up with a lot of Twitter beef and a lot of beef in general. Imagine a little girl out there today getting tormented every day she walks in school because she is just living. She's just existing. She's just being herself. She's thinking she cannot fit in with the popular crew, so now she has to go to people who are more of her speed, who are more like accepting of her because they too didn't get accepted. And I feel like trauma bonds happen and a lot of those things happen. And it's not to say like people are lowest of the low and people's lives are better than other people, but and I don't really want to say hurt people because that's not it. People hurt people because they want to make themselves feel better about themselves because it's somebody at home not telling them that they're beautiful, or it's somebody at home calling them ugly, so they find a way to take it out on somebody they deem the weakest link. And I feel like that needs to be talked about because people are not talking about it. And just imagine if it was your kid. Just imagine if it was your kid growing up to having to suppress their feelings and having to go through the emotions by themselves and not seeking friends, not wanted to seek more validation from men that they say are popular or most wanted. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's things like that. So I'm really just on here to say, let me just get to my point. Watch how you treat people. You never know what that person is going through, and you never know if that person is on watch. I don't want to say the S word, but S word watch. You feel what I'm saying? You never know if that was that person's last strike and they just let it happen. They just decided to do that to themselves and self harm and self sabotage because it's not people telling them or reassuring them that they are beautiful and that they are such and such. You feel what I'm saying? They are a beautiful person inside and out. So just imagine. You feel what I'm saying? Watch how you treat people because you never know who you are talking to. You never know if you're going to see that person famous, if you're going to see that person on TV, if you're going to see that person. You never know if God is living through these people. You never know if God is with this person when you say that to God's child. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like just be careful how you treat people. And if you are going through this, I want you to know that you are not alone and that you are indeed beautiful and that you are indeed everything and more, my baby. You're everything and more, babe. Like I'm telling you, like my baby, it was a tarot reader that just popped in my head. She said that, but yeah, so and if you are somebody that does this to people, like it won't make you feel better because you're just gonna keep wanting to do it more and more because that's more validation that you need from other people to make you feel better about yourself. And I never like thought to spoke up about this, but I feel like time is now of the essence and I need to speak about it. And it wasn't that I was called to. I personally just wanted to speak about it because people, you never know what a person is going through. You never know what is a person's last strike. And it's nothing wrong with spreading kindness and spreading love to somebody and showing support to somebody. even though they're not dressed up in the latest fashion and they're not with their hair done the next day, like they got a whole nother wig on the next day. It's nothing wrong to show support to people who may not look like they're struggling, but can indeed be struggling on the inside, even if it's just with like security issues within themselves. They're not secure enough in themselves. They're not confident enough in themselves. It's nothing wrong with letting a person know that. It's nothing wrong with complimenting a person, no matter how old a look is, no matter how old their hair is, or how it look. You know what I'm saying? So watch how you treat people, because whatever you throw out there, it will indeed come back full circle to you. And I'm not talking karma, but you never know how that'll come. You never know if it'll come to your child in the future, and you just never know. Your sister, your cousin, you never know. So just watch how you treat people. And to my people that's going through things like that, just remember, just like the sun, you still shine bright alone. And you don't have to have people around you to tell you that you're beautiful. Look at yourself in the mirror and let yourself know, I am beautiful. I am black. I'm proud. I'm everything. Even if you are a different color from black, you're beautiful, okay? Like, be the person that breaks the generational curse, and don't let the devil try to swallow you up, because they're running out of ideas. So they decide to attack your inner child. And it's time for you to stand up for yourself and do what you have to do to keep breaking your curses, to keep healing, and to keep reminding yourself that you are beautiful and that you are a person of God, okay? So that's all I wanted to say. Like, comment, subscribe. If you relate, comment below. I will read it. I'll reply. I'll give encouraging words. And peace out, y'all.